Pat, how you doing? Alan here. Listen, thanks for your inquiry there this morning. Just going to give you a brief personalised video in relation to the Qashqai. The model that we're going to have a look at will be the 1.5 SV with safety pack. Obviously, as we discussed, you know, the feature difference between the XE and the SV, and I'm going to go through the details of the safety pack with you. So we'll just have a look at it here. This is the car here. I have the car running so that you can see the LED lights that you discussed. Obviously is an important feature on it, a standard. The model obviously is the SV, so you'll see there on the front chrome bezel surrounds the front fog lamp. Obviously the XE model has no fog lamps as standard, can be added, but the vast majority of people will go for the SV if they're important to it, because as well as that, the SV gives you the larger alloy wheel, which is 17 inches versus the hubcap as standard. All models, and you'll see a nice side angle here, have body coated door handles and mirrors, and they have that chrome pack surround. Let's have a look at that chrome pack surround there, as you can see to the rear. I'll just give you a shot of the rear of the car. 3-year manufacturer's warranty applied to all Nissans, 3 years roadside assistance. You can see there's sort of a spoiler effect to the rear. This model, and we'll show it you on the front again, obviously with the safety pack on it, has the body coded factory fitted reversing rear sensors as standard on it. I'm going to show you the boot. It's a 420 litre boot on it, so it's a good size boot. 60-40 split. On the SV you have the dual luggage, which effectively enables you to divide if you wanted to, say, stop something from sliding around. It gives you a finish here, which if you're putting a bag of coal or something like that on it, it's an anti-slip and obviously is easy to wipe on it. And the partial shelf here actually fits underneath here. So the idea being, with the partial shelf underneath there, I'll just try and step back for it, you have the full height when the boot is closed. A very good example of that is I was recently on holidays. I have two girls, a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and my wife, and I didn't have quite a good bit of luggage, so I had 3 large bags, 3 carry bags and a pram, and it was very comfortable to fit in there. Obviously you can't see it there, but there's also a light as standard for the darker evenings on it. Nice sort of picture angle here. Obviously Qashqai hugely successful because it's a combination of a Jeep and a car combined, giving you a nice height on it. The 1.5 diesel engine is only €180 and 65 miles to the gallon on average, particularly prevalent with the price of the pump. Keyless central locking is standard, obviously. I have this vehicle running just to show you the LED lights. All of the models are height adjustable seats, and you can see the trim on the SV, slightly different on the XE. Steering wheel is adjustable height wise up and down, but rake in and out. Combination of that and the seat means that you can get a very, very comfortable driving position. So we'll just sit in here now for a second. So you're going to see here in front of us, just the first one here is just in front of us, a driver's aid. So I'm just going to clear that off, and I'm going to switch through here. Just going to go to the one that I normally have it on. Okay, so obviously all kilometers clocks. What you have here on the display is obviously a time clock. This is the speed indicator we talked about. There's a camera effectively in this unit here which picks up any of the signposts that look similar to that. So they'll either have no overtaking, 50, 60, 80, 100, 100, well 120 is different on the motorway, but effectively it's the same sign coming onto it. And then you have an outside temperature gauge, tells you the outside temperature. This is on the safety pack only, as is these two features here, which is one is lane departure, which will beep with you if you go over the white line or inside the orange line, and front anti-collision avoidance, which effectively, if we say example I try and run into that coal bunker ahead of me, it'll stop me dead. The most prevalent where that will be used, I have found, is that say you're coming to a roundabout and the car in front of you has stopped. Even, well, you assume it won't stop because there's no traffic, but in effect it does stop. It'll tell you seconds before you're able to make the decision that it has stopped. So it's very good. And in relation to speed, that there is your odometer reading. It's predominantly the one I use. So as well as here, which unfortunately over time we tend to pass less heat of, and the modern car insulates us from the speed. So this is very visual, the difference between the two speeds. Below it you can see the average speed. A lot of the functionality, well, all of the functionality is used through one button, so it's very, very easy to operate, okay? So this is effectively a TV quality screen here in front of us, and I'm just going to flick down through it with the enter button. So the next one there is settings, where I can adjust all sorts of things on the car's lights. No warnings. Obviously if I open a door here, you can see the door open. On start up it tells you if any of the seat belts in the back aren't plugged in. It'll also tell you if they're unplugged as the journey goes. Again, as I alluded to, a 2- and a 5-year-old have a tendency to take them off, so that's something there that's quite good. Tire pressure sensor, not alone will it tell you what's in, whether it's low or not, it'll tell you what's in each individual tire. Very, very important from a fuel efficiency perspective, from a safety perspective, and also from a tire wear perspective. Now the modern car has a large tire, so obviously getting the maximum life out of it is very, very important as well. Below that, sorry, at all times there, it's telling me in 187 kilometers I'm going to run out of fuel. So as well as the fuel gauge here, we have this, and then you can just see the odometer on the car below it. On the next screen then, sorry, I gone the wrong way. On the next screen there, you have the driver's aid. So it's just basically telling you the front collision and also the lane departure are on. You have the ability to switch them off. To be honest, there's no real need to do that. Audio off, if it was on, it would tell you the radio station. That's the traffic signal recognition. You can put it on that alone if you wanted to. Fuel efficiency, trip, stopwatch, and then back to the speedometer. So all of the cars will have a standard audio radio controls here on the left hand side, and on the right hand side cruise control, speed limiter, and very importantly Bluetooth. With the advent of penalty points, that's become very, very important on it. On the SV model, and I don't know if you can quite see it there, but there's a leather steering wheel and also a leather gear knob as standard. All of the cars have automatic parking and handbrake parking, and they have to that extent as the same as your own hill start. On this particular model, and I have it running so you can see, you have climate control, and I call it his and hers. It'll do the left and right side of the car at different temperature. On the standard one, it's just air conditioning. Radios are similar in them all unless you go for the Connect Pack. The Connect Pack has a satellite navigation and reversing rear camera and is €800 more expensive, and then the screen here completely changes to a touch screen and becomes effectively a monitor when you put it into reverse for viewing out the back. They're all, and you'll see here in the center console down it, they're all auxiliary, which is for most commonly iPods or MP3 players, and USB keys, which are becoming more prevalent because you can download music for free. Charge point key holder, nice little feature there, so you can actually have it charged and the actual phone out. It's only a small thing, but it's important. On the SV model, if you pull the other lever, you have a little storage there as well, for business cards, phones and various things like that. Other features here is, you'll see here to the left, front and rear electric windows are standard, electric mirrors are standard. On the SV you have this additional button, which, as you can see, the mirrors will fold in and out. On them all then down here, you can the light adjustment on the dash, trip sets, you have the adjustment of the lights, traction control, a standard ESP. You can turn off the parking, so on this one it's got front and rear beepers, so it'll beep as you come near something. Obviously if you're in very heavy traffic, or indeed God forbid a funeral procession, that could be beeping constantly, so you can switch it off. And the auto stop start, you can turn it on or off, and again there's not really a need to do that once you become custom with it. On the safety pack, one of the final features is this here is the anti-dimmer rear view mirror. One other thing here is, on the SV you have auto lights, so the lights will come on automatically when it's dark. You can see it as the front fog lamp stalk there. And on the passenger side, the auto wipers, which means it'll come on. They're not standard on the XE. Also, the SV with the safety pack will also turn on and off your headlamps. So as you meet a car, it'll turn them off, or you come into a town lit up area, it'll turn them off, and as you go out it'll turn them on. It's a very, very good feature, one I again was skeptical about, but actually works very well. So I'm just going to get out now, and I'm going to give you another view of the car. Hopefully this gives you some idea. Hugely successful, as I say. What car of the year on it? Been a hugely good seller on it. Give you a nice angle on it. I'll check the availability of the 1.5 SV with safety pack in dark grey, but what I'll do is I'll talk to you on Monday when you have a little look at the colours more. Thanks very much. Talk to you soon.